get my iPad to stand up. Okay, this is my continuation of Nietzsche-Thus book, Zarathustra. This is part 1, section 11. 11, yep, 11. Okay, so this is on the new idol. First off, what this section is about, it's, in the previous section, which is on war and warriors, I should have clarified in that video that we're not, we can be talking about actual war, like World War II, but that's not really what Nietzsche was going for in section 10. In the previous video, I did, this one. This is on war and warriors. I wish I would have clarified in that previous video, what Nietzsche was going for was not necessarily a war as in World War I or the Vietnam War. It could be, but not, most likely not, because in the New Idol, this section, he pretty much has a anti-fascist opinion and kind of condemns that kind of destructive war. But let's kind of get into it here. Somewhere there are still peoples and herds, but not where we live, my brothers. Here there are states. State, what is that? Well then, open your ears to me, for I shall not speak to you about the death of peoples. State is the name of the coldest of all cold monsters. Coldly it tells lies too, and this lie crawls out of its mouth. I, the state, am the people. That is a lie. It was creators who created peoples and hung a faith and a love over them. Thus they served life. So we've seen something like this in previous sections. A dislike for governmental authority. This is also, I would like to say, it's not a political thing, but it's a distinct stating of dislike for government and the destructive action of war, like World War I. I'm just saying actual war because in the previous he uses the word war, but that's different context. This is basically the state, the government is not the people. The state, that maintains its government over people is not the people itself, even though it may claim to be. It is annihilators who set traps for the many and call them state. They hang a sword and 100 appetites over them. This sign I give you: every people speaks its tongue of good and evil, which the neighbor does not understand. It has invented its own language of customs and rights. The state tells lies in all the tongues of good and evil, and whatever it says, it lies. And whatever it has stolen, everything about it is false. It bites with stolen teeth and bites easily. Even its entrails are false. Confusion of tongues of good and evil. This sign I give you as the sign of the state. Verily, this sign signifies the will to death. Verily, it beckons the preachers of death. Remember, preachers of death. Okay, so he's discussing how the state claiming to be the people is a lie, and what the state does is a lie, and it's basically wrong and destructive. It will give you everything if you will adore it. This new idol, thus it buys the splendor or your virtues and the look of your proud eyes. It would use you as bait for the all too many. Indeed, a dying for many was invented there, which praises itself as life. Verily, a great service to all preachers of death. Escape from the bad smell. Escape from the idolatry of these superfluous. Escape from the bad smell. Escape from the steam of these human sacrifices. The earth is free even now for great souls. There are still too many empty seats for the lonesome and the toothsome, fanned by the fragrance of these silent seas. Only where the state ends, there begins the human being who is not superfluous. There begins the song of necessity, the unique and inimitable tune. Where the state ends, look there, my brothers. Do you not see it? The rainbow and the bridges of the overman? Thus spoke Zarathustra. So what this section is and does, it's claiming that it's kind of pointing out superfluous government, government that can hinder the place of a government or state that can hinder man and take him back from being who he really is, and can make him into prevent him from being and having all that he really can have and can be. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's just basically and in a way it can be looked at as anti-fascist or anti-dictator or anti-dictatorial political thing, but it's not really that political. It's just pointing out governments that, or a state. And I don't like to use the word government because that's not entirely the case here, because it's not a political rant. It's just pointing out something that happens to be governmental, which can hinder the state of man himself. So, if you think I've messed something up, or left something out, or said something wrong, or if you think I should have explained something better, let me know. Comment below.